Hi, it's me, Sese. I am here to talk about the Read Out Loud Challenge by National Bookstore. So when I saw this announcement by National Bookstore in Facebook, I thought to myself, hey, this is something that I want to be part of. Okay, so what is the Read Out Loud Challenge? Okay, so before I explain what it is, let's talk about the purpose of this challenge, shall we? The purpose of the National Bookstore Read Out Loud Challenge is that for every 75 videos uploaded, National Bookstore is going to create a school library. So isn't that an amazing idea? I personally find it really worthwhile. So how do we do this? How do we participate in the Read Out Loud Challenge? It's very, very easy. Okay, to participate, what you need first is, of course, a book, any book that you want, and then you're going to choose a chapter and you're going to read an excerpt from that chapter. Then you're going to take a video of yourself reading that excerpt. And after that, you're going to upload that video in your Facebook or in your Instagram account if you have one. Okay, it has to be in public setting so that National Bookstore can see it. And then afterwards, you're going to put a hashtag Read Out Loud Challenge, hashtag NBS Alert, and then you can tag 3 or more people that you think will participate in the challenge. Isn't that great? I mean, that's really, really amazing and very easy. So what I did is that I just didn't submit one video. I submitted more than just one. Actually, I decided to make this like a 30-day challenge kind of a thing. So in this video, I am going to share you a compilation, okay, of those videos that I've already passed to the Read Out Loud Challenge. So you will see 10 videos. Yeah, I've done 10 now. And in the next compilation video, there will be another 10. And in the next one, another 10, since I'm doing this like this, for 30 days. So each video though lasts around 50 to 1 minute maximum. And yes, your Read Out Loud Challenge video doesn't have to be super long. It could be just 1 minute maximum and that's it. Alright, so let's get to those 10 videos for the Read Out Loud Challenge, shall we? A cop was standing at my front door when I got home from school. I'd seen Detective Weil before, and I recognized him even before he flashed his badge at me. He stood half hidden in the shadow of ivy that hung over the lattice, tapping his foot against the stone walkway. I studied him as I approached. His face was carefully blank, but there was a certain tension in his stance. Other details I'd noted before: the fading sunburn on his forehead, the worry lines around his eyes. He was maybe 45, a few years older than my mother. Good looking for an older guy. He had that dark and mysterious tortured soul thing going for him, which normally would have made me think he might be a good match for my mom. She tended to date men who were terminally boring and thus unlikely to tinker anything but quirky. Standing at the intersection of Omotesando and Ayomadori, Yoshino once more took out his notebook. 6-1 Minami Aoyama, Sugiyama Lodgings. That had been Sadako's address 25 years before. The address had been worried. He followed Omotesando as it curved, and sure enough, 6-1 was the block opposite the Nezu Museum, one of the posher districts in the city. Just as he feared, there were nothing but imposing red brick condos where the cheap Sugiyama lodgings should have been. I enjoyed listening to stories about faraway places so much that it became a kind of sickness. Back then, a good 10 years ago now, I went around asking everyone to tell me about where they were born and raised. In those days, there must have been a real shortage of good listeners, because everyone I approached talked to me with great enthusiasm. When rumor got out about what I was doing, people I'd never laid eyes on started showing up just to tell me their stories. It is one thing to expect the worst, quite another to have it confirmed. Rushing into engineering and reaching the outer core maintenance area, Spock slowed as he saw Scott standing by the nearest operations console. It took the science officer a moment longer before his gaze picked out Kirk, on the other side of the transparent sealed emergency barrier. Having fallen from the upper level where his reckless effort had succeeded in restoring power to the ship, he had since crawled to where he now lay, just beyond the sealed doors. He was not moving. Susan Fletcher paced impatiently in the crypto bathroom and counted slowly to 50. Her head was throbbing. Just a little longer, she told herself. Hale is North Dakota. Susan wondered what Hale's plans were. Would he announce the passkey? Would he be greedy and try to sell the algorithm? Susan couldn't bear to wait any longer. It was time. She had to get to Strathmore. Looking back on it, I made a couple of seriously wrong calls. The wrongest was deciding to meet this new kid outside his parents' house in the new world that he'd slipped into. I was hoping that he wouldn't start walking before I got to him. But hope pays no dividends, as the old man says. Hope when you've got nothing else, he once told us. But if you've got anything else, then for heaven's sake, do it. And Joey had already started walking. To start with, he looked just like all the other teachers who had chosen to lock themselves away in the secluded world of Briley Hall. He wasn't exactly young anymore, but he wasn't particularly old either. He seemed to be stuck somewhere in between. He was wearing an old-fashioned sport jacket, corduroy trousers, white shirt, tie, stripe, of course, and a V-neck sweater. All of his clothes looked well lived in. He had dark eyes, dark curly hair, and a beard. Although he was a physically large man, there was something about him that made him look beaten down, defeated. His shoulders were hunched. His eyes blinked frequently. He didn't smile. On Monday morning, the chill in the air caught me off guard. Flame-colored leaves chased each other across the ground. Fall had snuck up on me somehow. Midterms and homecoming were closing in fast. September had slipped away, and October was hurrying on its heels. Ordinarily, I love autumn. But the obvious passage of time disturbed me. It fueled a nagging unease as if I'd forgotten something important. The more I tried to grasp it, the more quickly it floated away, elusive as a dream. The man Jack paused on the landing. With his left hand, he pulled a large white handkerchief from the pocket of his black coat, and with it, he wiped off the knife and his gloved right hand which has been holding it. Then he put the handkerchief away. The hunt was almost over. He had left the woman in her bed, the man on the bedroom floor, the older child in her brightly colored bedroom, surrounded by toys and half-finished models. The only left the little one, a baby, barely a toddler, to take care of. One more and his task will be done. Zana. She hated her name Susanna, and she hated Sue even more. Had moved to the estate about a year ago, and quickly made friends with Kath and Keisha and Bex and others, especially Deba. On her way to Kilburn Comprehensive, on her first day, Deba had made Zana laugh, which not many people could do. Since then, where Zana was, Deba tended to be too. There was something about Zana that drew attention. She was decent to good at things like sports, schoolwork, dancing, whatever. But that wasn't it. She did well enough to do well, but never enough to stand out. She was tall and striking, but she never played that up either. If anything, she seemed to try to stay in the background. But she never quite could. If she hadn't been easy to get on with, that could have caused her trouble. Alright, there you go! 10 compiled videos of my Read Out Loud challenge for National Bookstore, and I have 20 more to go, so wish me luck. And after I finished another 10, I will compile them all and I will share it to you guys. So I do encourage anyone, anybody who is watching this, even if you are not tagged, please do participate in the Read Out Loud challenge. It's for a very good cause. I mean, one school library for every 75 videos. Isn't that just amazing? And I personally believe we need more libraries. Don't you agree? Alright, so until next video, bye bye!